Now imagine you're trying to swim, like you're learning to swim. The first time you stand by the pool on the side, because I'm from India, right? And we do not teach in India, we do not teach how to swim because where I am from, there's no ocean. All right. So, and this is my kind of story. You can think about it, right? Imagine you're trying to swim or you're learning to swim. And the first time you stand by the pool, all geared up, you're ready to go. But there's a moment of hesitation to just jump in. Your heart races. You feel the fear of the unknown happening. Will I sink? Will I swim? Even though you've learned how to swim, but now you're actually jumping in that little, on the beach or the ocean, like whatever. You get my point. The fear is natural. It's just the way of the body preparing you because the body doesn't know what's coming. Right? It's just preparing you and preparing itself for whatever it's coming. And same kind of goes in trading as well, right? Your fear kicks in. It's kind of a protective mechanism, right? It's like trying to protect us. But if you let that power overpower you, it usually does not end up that well that we want it to be, right? We usually never take the plunge to see what we are capable of. So now, hello. My name is Sumesh. Welcome to the channel. You are watching Key Capitals. Today we are diving deep into this topic that every single trader out there, doesn't matter how long you've been trading, you could be trading 5 years, bro. Right? I've been trading 6 years now, and up until this date, there are still some days, some trades, some weeks, some months, where sometimes I have that little feeling of, man, I don't know what's gonna happen in the market. Like that fear that you have, right? You get my point? It's the fear that we all grapple with when we're trading. But over time, when you learn a little bit about yourself and you learn a little bit about the market, you get a little feeling of how to kind of, get over, is the better word maybe, or how to control that a little bit better is the better word maybe. But yeah, so I'll come back to the video. Now, it's super important to kind of, see what's at the surface of trading, what improves our decisions, right? And then what's a little bit deeper, right? What actually destroys the decision-making power, which leads us to getting super fearful, like super scared at a certain times. So it's time for you to grab your notebook, all right? Because we're gonna literally go and do a deep dive in the ocean with this. All right. So now the first point that I have here is what causes fear. Like, let's say this is the chart. What causes fear in traders? Like, first thing, it's the nature of the market that causes fear among traders, right? The fear is so common emotion in trading that every single time when we're about to take a trade, or every single time the market's about to open, the little feeling that you have inside you, like, I don't know, man, what's gonna happen, right? It's just because the markets are like unpredictable. It's filled with ups and downs, big moves towards the upside, big moves towards the downside. Imagine you are in this right here and you're in puts. All of a sudden you get a green candle. You're like, oh my God. And you jump out of puts and you jump in calls. Then this happens. It's full of unpredictability, right? The volatility ignites fear among us, right? It makes you second guess. Imagine if you caught this literally, and this would have happened to like older me. I would have jumped in, let's say, I would be sitting in this play for puts right here, right? I'll jump in puts here. This is back in the day, right? And I will jump in calls here. But every single time it's going against me. But this fear is usually getting built up. You can't really see it right now, but moving forward, this fear is gonna come out and be like, uh-oh, you didn't fix me before. You should have fixed me before. Now you're gonna second guess every single thing that we're gonna do together moving forward. And that fear is the fear of financial loss. Like, no one likes losing money, man. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much money you've made from the market. Nobody likes losing money. It's just a hard pill to swallow that you have to literally burn your cash on fire, right? That's what we're doing when we do not follow a plan, right? The possibility of literally getting loss in the market, it's like 50-50. It doesn't matter what anybody, I don't care what anybody says. Literally, I don't care people say, oh, we don't do this, nah. At any given time, you have no idea if that trade gonna work or not. Yes, statistically, you can kind of argue with me that, but it has more chances of winning than losing. I get it. But this given trade that you're about to jump in, let's say you're about to jump in a play right here for puts, there's no way in the world that you know for a fact this trade is going to work 100% of the time, or this play has to be working, like this has to go. But we as traders, most of the time, we operate with this mindset that this trade is going to work, and because of that is going to work, we jump in a bigger position size. We jump in a position size which we know we should not jump in. You get my point? And that position size is usually like, let's say, normally you do 10 contracts. This time, just because you're like, oh my god, I'm on a winning streak, I've been winning, maybe this is the time for me to literally leave my job. Now I need to show like if I can make this money. And then because you've been already winning, you jump in 30 contracts. Right? You jump in 30 contracts, that the trade has to go down. While you're looking at this, you're not even prepared that what if this trade literally goes against you? If this trade goes against you, you're not prepared for the worst case scenario. You see what I'm saying? So basically what you did was you had a good streak, and you letting that good streak influence your decision power moving forward. Yeah, sometimes happens. But what's the worst thing here is you're not prepared for the worst case scenario. And the next candle happens, the prices go up. And now you're like panicking. You're big red. Right? You're panicking, you're big red, you were not prepared for this. You're like, I don't know what gonna do. Normally, if you were down only what you normally would be on 10 contracts, you would be down like $400. Yeah, it would have been like, alright. But now you're 3 times that. Now you're down 1,200. You're like, oh my god, and your heart's racing. It's like literally haunting you at this stage. What do? Jump out of this trade at 1,200 loss. Cool, sweet. It was just because you were not prepared for the worst case scenario, and that led to you taking a big loss. So your past experiences can lead to a big goal, big thing, man. Like past experiences can help you fucking size up, they can help you size down. Now imagine this is a best trade that you have ever seen, the risk to rewards looking beautiful, and what do? Just because in the past you're going through some big losses, let's say in the past you're going through some big losses, right? And this is the best case. You're like, alright, I am gonna catch a move towards the downside, but you only do 1 contract just because of the past trades that you had. Those trading decisions are still haunting you at this point. It's like touching a hot stove, right? Once you get burned, the second time you get cautious. That's a good case scenario. But when you do a bad thing, the bad trauma that you have from your trading influencing your next trade, that is always going to hurt you. And then 1 contract and you did this and you missed out on this big move, this is going to be like, oh my god, I should have jumped in bigger size. And this is what you will do the next time. You'll jump in the position, the big size, and again the same scenario will repeat, the 30 contracts, and you lose more money. You get my point? So don't let the past experiences kind of influence your moving forward, right? Now, if you want to talk about how fear can impact your trading decisions, this is the big one. This is the best one, right? First thing that I would say is this point called, it's it's a funny name. I always struggle at kind of pronouncing it, but it's like paralysis by analysis. I think it's called paralysis or by analysis. Alright, this point. So basically that means is when you do too much analysis, it basically does not let you even walk, because you cannot make a decision because you know too much about this one thing, and it does not let you even take one step further, right? Like I'm sure you have found yourself, you have done this where you have overanalyzed to a point where you just cannot make a decision, right? And this is some people do with their microwaves, bro. When people go buy microwaves, they do more research on doing the microwave than they do buying a house or something, right? It's just because that's how some humans are wired, right? Not me, right? I do less research on microwave and more research if I'm investing in real estate. But you get the point, right? If you overanalyze something, even if, let's say, for example, you go on Amazon and you want to buy a book or you want to buy something, I'm sure you've done this, 5,500 5-star reviews. Like, yeah, sweet. But you go and read the lowest review, right? The 1 or 2 star review, and those who have like, oh yeah, it's shit product, I used it one time and it broke, whatever, and you just do not buy it just because of that. Because you're looking for a perfect product. Perfect product doesn't exist. If products have to be perfect, then people have to be perfect too. But some people do not deserve perfect fucking, they don't know how to read the instructions, and they break shit, and then they go on Amazon and leave a shit review. So basically what we do is we do too much analysis, and because of that, the fear causes you to freeze. And when you freeze up, it basically what happens is your best setup in the market at that time now it looks like shit all of a sudden. Why? Because you overanalyzed it. You get my point? And the second point here is how fear impacts your trading. The first one is paralysis by analysis. The second point here is you make a panic decision. And when you make a panic decision, you know what you do? Panic decision. What happens when you make a panic decision? Fear can push you to make a dirty decision at that given time, right? So like, for example, selling a stock when a little pullback happens. Like, can you imagine you jumping in puts here and then you selling right here, right at this point, like literally at this green candle, and then you missed out on this big move down? That's like a panic. Oh my God, I don't want to lose money, right? What do? You jump out right here and then you miss a big move down, right? The panic kicks in because of fear. This is how it impacts you. You see what I'm saying? Because you're like, oh, but last time it did this to me. Cool. Whatever happened last time has nothing to do with this trade, mate. Right? Which leads to my third point here, which is again a beautiful point, which is opportunity loss, opportunity cost, you can say. Now, what is opportunity cost or opportunity loss? Now, fear often it stops as traders from taking calculated risks. So what happens is it leads to missed opportunities. You do not jump into a play just because you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I may as well sit on the sidelines. You cannot lose money with your cash. You have read some motherfucker tell you, you cannot lose money if you cash. You cannot make money if you bloody cash. Or you ever heard somebody tell you, you cannot go broke taking profits. You cannot get rich taking small profits. See what I'm saying? The opportunity here, you're losing. The opportunity cost is big. Now, imagine watching from the sidelines the great trade that you spotted, but you were too fucking afraid to jump in. Imagine that. Imagine the feeling that you have. The trade worked. I'm sure you have done this. I have done this in the past. You were watching something and you're like, oh my God, this looks good. And you call that play out in the chair, or you tell that trade to somebody. You're like, bro, go watch this trade. It looks really good. And they text you 20 minutes later, oh, thanks for that, man. I made 300% returns on options. And you're like, man, I'm such a dickhead. I didn't catch it. That's the opportunity cost. Now think about that for a minute, right? If you caught that play, let's say you put $200 into that trade and that just made you $200 back. Now you made $200 profit. Now $200 on a $1,000 account, right? Pretty good, right? Now you have $1,200 to play with. It's just not the money, it's the confidence boost that matters more. A lot of people forget the confidence bit. It's never about the money. It's about the mental, literally capability, the confidence that you have. Now, if you take a good trade, it boosts your confidence. If you miss a good trade, because of your fear, even though you did not lose any money, you sitting right there, your confidence is gonna be shattered. Because now you might be like, yeah, that's good, but next trade, what will happen? Next trade, just because you missed this particular trade, next trade you'll jump in a little bit heavy. And when you jump in next trade a little bit heavy, you're not even expecting the trade to not work, and that leads to bigger losses, like I explained earlier in the video. You get my point? And that little feeling that you have just because you think the market owes you something, in reality it's just you not understanding the psychology that the market, you missed a trade, market has nothing to do with, bro. Market doesn't even know you were waiting. It's just moving, just doing its thing. But now, fun bit fun bit here is, what are some of the strategies that I can recommend after trading 5 or 6 years for you to follow so that you can get to the next level, right? So the first strategy is, by the way, that's my cat sitting over there. You can hardly see her, but yeah, she sits on the bloody couch, man. Oh, it was a good life. All right, the third point here is the strategies to manage and overcoming fear. Now, if you know how to manage something, man, your life will get a little bit better. Now, I don't know you, all right? You're watching this video, I wish you good luck. I'm rooting for your success. Maybe I don't even know you, never saw you, never met you. I'm rooting for you. I want you to succeed. That's why I'm making this video. So I'm gonna give you some strategies which helped me level up, right? What you're gonna do with this is up to you. You're gonna watch this video and just like go to bed. Yeah, cool, whatever you wanna do. Or you're gonna watch this video, take some notes and fucking implement this. That's up to you as well, right? Because I know for a fact about 99% of people who are watching this video are just gonna ignore it. 1%, the 1% out of 100 is gonna do something about it. You see what I'm saying? This video probably gonna get 250 views or 300 views, but nah, I'm making this video for that 3 people out of 1 out of 100 who actually is willing to take the fucking action. If you are that person, let me know in the comments down below if you are that one person, because I want to fucking catch up. Alright, because I know for if I just make videos for those 3 people out of, because I know video is going to get 300-400 views, only going to help 3 or 4 people because they're willing to take action. Now let's talk about the strategies to manage and overcoming fear in trading. Now the first step is managing fear. Literally, not going to sound like a cliche, but managing fear sounds with awareness. Like, it all starts with awareness. You being able to recognize and saying it out loud, like literally while you're trading, say it out loud. This is my entry. This is my stop loss. This is my profit target. Say it out loud. I promise you, this one thing will it's pretty much like, imagine you trying to call your boss. You're calling your boss because you need a fucking day off. You put your number like, yo boss, you don't just go, yo boss, I need to fucking have a day off. You prepare. What am I gonna say? What if he says this? What if he say? You prepare a little bit just to give him a call. All right. You do a little role play with yourself in your head. You're rehearsing the whole call, how you're gonna go, right? I'm sure you do that. Or if you have never done it, you're an exception, odd one out. We all have done it, right? Or when you're going to talk to a chick, you like this chick and you want to ask her out, you rehearse, right? Why do we do that? It's just a practice. Or sometimes when your missus asks you, can you go get bread, milk and eggs from the store? You're like, bread, milk, eggs, bread, milk, egg, bread, milk, egg, bread. Just so you're repeating so many times in your brain while you're walking towards your car, just so you do not forget. Same thing goes in your trading. I want you to read, literally talk it out loud. This is my entry, this is my stop loss, this is my profit target. Mark that on your charts. Best way to mark that on your charts is this. Go on your charts, alright, let's remove everything. Go on your charts, grab a line from the side, grab a line. This is your entry, this is your stop loss, this is your profit target. Mark it on your charts. Just that simple. Or there's another tool which can help you do this, right? Another tool here is right here. If you go to this side somewhere right here, forecasting. This is trading view, by the way. Short position. Drop this. This is your stop loss. This is this profit target. And this in the real time looks super fucking sweet. It actually marks your entry. Look at this. It marks your entry with a dotted line, and you can actually see it go. It'll help you hold your trades a little bit longer. You get my point? That is the first thing that you need to do. You need to visually see it, and you need to talk it out once, at least once. Say it out loud. Alright? Sweet. And the second best way you can do this is by including a strategy. You need to have some strategy. In this video, I'm just talking about the psychological aspects about it. I'm not talking about some strategy, but you need some sort of strategy. It could be as simple as just a break of a freaking flag, like a flag and a break. It could be just as simple as that. Strategies does not have to be, oh, this line has to cross above this line has to cross above this line for da. No, strategies could be just as simple. Right, you get my point? You need a strategy which can help you stay in a trade, get in a trade, get out of a trade. And remember, every single trade that you take, think about this. If you toss your coin for 99 times, every time it lands as tails. All 99 times, this coin lands at tails. 100th time, what's the probability of heads or tails on the 100th coin toss? 50-50. Why? Because 100th coin toss has absolutely no relationship to the previous ones. You get my point? I just want you to literally put this in your head. 100th coin toss has no relationship with the previous trades. When you start looking at the market with a kind of the lens like this trade has nothing to do with the previous one, and you can mark it out on your charts, and you can understand the opportunity that you're missing. It's not just monetary, but like literally mental opportunity that you're missing out of this trade as well. It will literally just guide you a little bit, like push you a little bit, tiny bit, but push you a little bit towards making a better decision. Right? Fear, I get it. It's one of the worst things that you can do. But if you are properly equipped, the chances fall low. See, a little bit of fear is always good. It keeps you sane in the market. A little bit of fear is good. Too much fear is bad. A little bit of fear, like for example, why do you want to have a little bit of fear? A better point, right? If you do not have any fear, you will jump in all your position size, every single cent in your bank account, in your trading account, into a trade. And that trade, if it doesn't work, you lose big amount. A little bit of fear where you manage your position size is important. But when the fear gets too much, it becomes crazy. Oh, that person crazy, paranoid. Get one point? So to wrap up this, remember, fear is not about removing something entirely, but it's all about learning how to manage it, learning how to channel that fear properly, where it can help you guide through the market. You get my point? It's all about turning those nervous like we all get the nervous feelings. It's all about turning those nervous feelings into cautious, optimistic experiences. All right, so you can make calculative actions. See what I'm saying? Now, thank you so much for joining me. If you found these insights helpful, please, god damn, I dropped my pen. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments down below what videos do you want me to make next, and a sub to the channel, turn on the notifications is gonna be fantastic. Better word. Alright, so you don't miss any videos, because I have a lot of videos planned out coming for you, just for you. Alright, all psychological stuff, fear, patience, emotional roller coaster, over trading, strategies, so much stuff coming. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy this stuff. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you later. Peace. Goodbye.